quality, affordable education for their children. We want to take potable water for granted. They will do fundamental things. There are communities, all they need is a bridge to link them to be able to bring out their produce to market. And some of them, rather like a cluster of community where we did garri processing, you see the excitement of the people. They said government translated them from Awatombe Ayatino to Awatombe Garri. You know, these are basic things that people need. But to a large extent, I have a great joy, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction to know that people are getting conscious of what government is all about. And they're ready to make the necessary sacrifice. People now believe us. We came in with social capital, incredible goodwill, and God has helped us to sustain it. People have said, what gave you the courage to grandize Arakale? I say it's the social capital that we have. And we are not going to expend it recklessly so that we don't go red on it. So, it is this social capital. They believe in the people that these are genuine people. And if they say something, they mean it. If they cannot deliver on the promise, there must be a reason, which will be tenable. All of this is what has converted the relationship between the government and the government in Ondo State from we and they to we now. And I'm very satisfied with
that. One of the criticism against your approach to 3-year initiative is that you will give the communities too much freedom. That people are asking for construction of town halls and things like that. A time will come when people will be asking government to build their local shrine for them.
Why not if the local shrine is their need? The problem we have as elite is that we assume that we know the needs of the people more than the people themselves. At that grassroots level, the people know what they need. You must give that credit to them. I am not saying that there's no way you can influence them. Part of a 3-year initiative, one of the I is institution. And what we do when our change agents get to communities is first of all to identify the governance institution in that community. Having identified the governance institution, then we now build their capacity. Each community, through their governance structure, will vote and elect 4 representatives of each community. These are the people we call the change champions. Then we bring them to Akureya and build their capacity. They undergo intensive training, need assessment, project implementation, how to keep simple account books, how to monitor and evaluate projects, how to do impact assessment. These people will now go back to the community as change champions. They will now organize community, do thorough need assessment, organize community to implement program. Now we can only give technical and financial assistance as maybe. It is the people themselves that will drive their own development. The role of a government is to crystallize or create the enabling environment so that the creativity and the can-do instinct of our people can drive their development. That's what we are saying.
Are you satisfied with what it is now?
Exactly. People need to go there. One of these days you go on tour with us and you see the type of impact that we have with them. But in quantitative terms, we have commissioned real impact assessment of these communities of the 3-year initiative. When the results come out, I don't have any doubt in my mind that they will be profound.
So, can we go to 26, sir?
The politician.
How do you feel as the only Labour Party government in Nigeria? And Ondo State as the only...
I feel challenged. I feel challenged. I feel thoroughly challenged. I feel challenged to prove that we are not Labour Party by name only. that will represent the true values of social democracy, which is the foundation of the Labour Party, that we are a true progressive party, that our practice and theory is about progress, that every decision and choice we make is about the greatest interest of the greatest number of our people, that we can convert the theory of social democracy and progressivism into real, concrete, active programs in society. And that is what we are doing. We want to create a new template for ideological content of politics in Nigeria. It is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I feel excited about it. Let me tell you what we are doing. You know part of it. Resources will always be limited in society. Government is about making choices. Representative government is about a few people making choices on behalf of the majority of the people. Representative government is about being sensitive to the aggregate needs of this community. It's about creating trajectory that will have overall effect in the whole community. But the choices that man make also emanate from some fundamental belief system. We believe, as Labour Party, as the progressive wing of polity in Nigeria and the world over, Labour Party is always to the left of the divide. People have said, gone are the days of ideology in Nigeria. I say, no, you can discern ideology from the choices that people make. It takes ideological commitment for us to make the type of investment we are making in the health sector. It takes ideological commitment for people who have been forgotten, who are just statistics in some Ministry of Health, to be given life and blood by giving them cell phones when they are pregnant and they are in close contact with government organizations. It takes ideology when a woman in a far village who has a cell phone and who is likely to have surgical intervention when he's going to deliver, for government to send ambulance to her, pick her, and when she gets to the hospital, the theater is waiting for her, she's operated upon, she walks home free of charge. Those are ideological questions. So for me, it takes ideological commitment to build those type of schools we are building. In terms of standard, there are no schools that I know that are better than the schools we are building. It takes ideological commitment to open the doors of those schools to the downtrodden, the lower rung of the ladder, people who never in their wildest dream knew they will ever have access to such facilities. So for us, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and we thank God we are living up to the billing. I hope I'm not sounding modest. We are proving that government can be committed ideologically. While we allow, and we made it clear, if you look at the inauguration speech, I say, while we believe that the private sector should lead in development, while we believe that we must create the environment for private sector to thrive, but that as a social democratic party, we will intervene at critical levels of economy to ensure that we give opportunity to everybody in society, that everybody is carried along. I think it was somebody, an American president, that put it that way, that no child is left behind, and nobody is left behind in the state. So that has been our experience with our party. We continue to drive along this line. And we believe that ultimately more and more people will key into our ideological paradigm.
There is this fear of the average of Duma that there is a gang war against some pitfalls in the state, particularly the AC.
In this game, there are possibilities, things come up. But I have learned in the course of my engagement politically over time that you only remain a winner if you are with the people. And being with the people means that using the machinery of power to serve the interests of the people. We came to this state 4 months to election with a new party. And we won the election against that. is an enterprise that God blessed. And since we came on board, we never forgot that ultimately it is the people that matter. So whatever gang up may exist, the good Lord will see us through, because we are serving the interests of these people.
Yes, the question arises because I know it may not be possible to be on the side of the elite and on the side of the grassroots at the same time. Can we play a balanced role there?
Now, when you talk about being on the side of elite, it's in the interest of the elite ultimately, for the people in the lower rung of the ladder not to be desperate. If they are desperate, the elite cannot have peace. So you can be on the side of the elite and the side of the masses at the same time. When you are serving the interests of the masses, you are also serving the interests of the elite indirectly. But if it is the rapacious interest of a non-consuming elite that you are talking about, we will be against that type of interest. But if the interest of elite in terms of being able to have an environment that will make you to be able to reach the top, to be able to say globally, I can get to the top of my art. I'm ready to create that type of society. Ultimately, that is what the Yoruba proverb says, that you better check him because the area for night will allow you to sleep.
So, I think we have to do politics and talk about the privilege. I've just been reminded that you have not talked about that. Your intervention in the agri sector.
Our intervention, and we defined it clearly. Again, at inauguration, we said we will use agri as an instrumentality of job creation, food security, also providing raw material for industry, so industrialization. My brother, we deceive ourselves today if we don't recognize that our greatest challenge is mass unemployment, critical graduate unemployment. Mismatch between the number, the quantum we produce and the quantum we are able to engage usefully. A mismatch between curriculum that even makes some of those that we are getting unemployable, as it were, because the mismatch between the need of society and our curriculum. This is a whole complex problem. One thing is clear: we must tackle unemployment. If Nigeria must remain peaceful, perhaps if Nigeria must remain as a nation. Again, if you are confronted with something as big as mass unemployment, you look at areas of your relative advantage. One clear area of advantage in this country today is arable, fertile land. So for us, the most critical area of employment generation is agriculture. The challenge is, how do you recreate agriculture in the mind of young graduates and make it attractive to them, for them to see that they can make sustainable living in agriculture. So apart from the routine support that we are giving to our farmers, i.e. affordable and access to improved seedlings, subsidized input, cutlasses, tractorization and all of that, chemicals, which we subsidize and made available to our farmers. Of course, there's also training and extension services. We also believe that we must create a new generation of farmers. And we start with the graduates. And we thought the best way to do it is, one, to mechanize farming for them, to create a new farming community that will be sophisticated, they can live there and engage in modern farming as a way of creating jobs. We are creating 3 agricultural agricultural villages.
Like the old agric settlements.
Like the old agric settlement concept of the Western region, which again was fashioned after the tribute system of the Israelis. We are very modest now. We call them farm cities, not villages anymore. The first that is operational now is in Oregon, where 1,085 graduates are engaged, working so for themselves, and excited to be working for themselves. The other two will soon come on soon. Of particular interest is the one we are building in the north, which is a combination of crop farming, fish farming, and a ranch. A ranch, which at the end, I am not an expert in ranching, but what we have planned there, we have completed a pen for 1,000 cattle. It's a 4,000 hectare ranch, and somebody who should know, who is a consultant who has been involved, they say that a few years down the line it may be the biggest cattle ranch in West Africa. We hope that in Auga Farm City alone, we're going to create another 1,000 plus jobs. Another one we're creating about 1,000 plus jobs. And we are opening up now some old farm settlements of old, like the Ishwada. I've been there, and we are opening up the place. We are going to open up Iju and Ileoliji in the course of time. We want to use agriculture as a tool of mass unemployment, food security, and raw material for local industry. And we're getting that, and it's so exciting. You only need to be there to see how excited is these kids, these graduates say, look, you will give me job now, I'm not going to leave this one. They're just excited from what they have been there.
Also,